Imagine yourself escaping from the world in which you live and escaping to a virtual world and becoming the hero in it. Your life is linked to it and you wish to live in it forever. The anime begins with this girl and her name is Kaede. She talks to her friend Riisa and tells her that she misses this game and wants to play it as soon as possible. Her friend told her that she couldn't play with her because her mother was too hard on her because of a test at school. Riisa asks her friend to precede her and play. Turn off the phone and go to dinner. So Kaede gets ready to enter the game. Indeed, she logs in and asks her to write her name, so she writes Mabel's name. And then you choose the sword and shield. And she keeps thinking about what to choose because she is afraid not to hurt herself. And you want to choose a small sword. So she chooses her sword and goes to the place of the game and finds the city full of plants and trees. She is impressed by her beauty and walks in it to find herself very slow. And you know that the conditions of the game are not agility, and agility comes from strength and speed. And she finds that her level of strength and speed is 0, so she says to herself, but I have to fight some monsters in order for my strength to increase. So this girl asks about a place to kill the monsters, so she guides her to this forest. And you tell her to stay standing and see the monsters coming to her. Mabel thanks her and leaves. We see this young man asking about Mabel, so the girl who helped her says she wanted to know where to fight monsters. When Mabel reaches the forest, this little rabbit comes out to her and keeps hitting her in the stomach until she finds that her defense points have doubled. So she rejoices a lot, and after that he keeps hitting her until he dies, so she is very sad because she loved this rabbit. And she continues on her way, and finds this big bee and attacks it to hit it, but Mabel does not feel anything but tickling. The bee releases its poison. Mabel feels a slight burn because she does not have the power to defend against toxins. So she runs away and falls to the ground to acquire a new skill, which is poison resistance. Think about doing something to kill this bee. She kept saying that monster got me. When the bee approaches her, Mabel stabs her in the head. And it increases to level 8. And I took this ring because whoever wears it heals his wounds. And also get 15 additional points and put them in the points of vitality. And she lies on the ground to rest a little, and these little monsters gather on her. They beat her, but she does not feel. And when she wakes up, she finds that she has acquired the skill of meditation. And when you use this skill, recovers 1% of its maximum health points. This effect lasts for 10 minutes. And she is satisfied with this amount of play to return to her home and complete her duties because she is too late. And the next day, you return to the game, and you find that both girls and boys are very elegant. So you go to this boy, and his name is Chrome, and ask him about his shield. Where did he get it from? He told her that he had asked a blacksmith to make it specially for him. And he asked her if she wanted him to show her a place, so Mabel agreed and went with him to this store. He tells the worker, that Mabel is a beginner and wants her to work with a shield. Told her that this shield would cost about 1 million gold. Mabel told her that she had only 3,000 pieces with her. So you point to her about a forest in which you will find all kinds of treasures that you want to get. And she tells her if she wants anything from her, she will come back to her. And we find that Chrome gave her half of the doses he had because she would need them. So Mabel goes and reaches the labyrinth of the dungeon. And you find mud monsters and kill them. And then you reach this huge gate and find it suspicious and scary. This huge poisonous dragon appears to her. And he fights it and puts poison on it from his mouth. Her sword and shield disappear, and her strength is greatly reduced, so she uses the antidote potion. Her strength increases and she finds that she has gained a greater resistance to poison. She also gained immunity against this poison and attacked him to eat him until she finally killed him. and the same level, i.e. level 18. And put all the points you gained into defense points. And you open this chest and find a lot of gold in it, and you can change her clothes and armor. Tonight, this amount of play is enough and she goes back to her room to sleep. And the next day, she completes playing with her shield and her new dress. And you kill these monsters and increase their skills a lot. And then kill these insects. And gain the skill of eating bombs. Kaede goes to school with Risa and tells her about the game. And they will hold their first event, which is a battle between warriors. Whoever wins will win a limited source item. And she wants to remain among the first players until she gets this award. Risa said to her, I also want to pass my exams so that I can play with you. And when Mabel goes to the game, there are many subscribers. And the owner of the game tells them that this battle will last for 3 hours. He welcomes new members and encourages them to win. And each person goes to his place. And we see Mabel in an empty place, so she rejoices because there is no warrior with her, but this warrior appears to her. And he runs towards her to attack her, so she hits him with her shield to die instantly. And 3 strong warriors come out to attack her, so Mabel uses her strength and knocks them to the ground and they die. Many warriors also come to her, but she uses the power of the dragon that she gained and gets rid of them easily. And the owner of the competition goes to her and tells her that she is the third, and if she can defeat the first warriors, she will gain 30% of their strength. And then many warriors go to her, so she uses the power of poison and spreads it in the place to defeat them all. The competition ends and Mabel wins the 3rd place and rejoices a lot. And when Kaede goes with Risa to school, she tells her what happened. And tell her when to join you in the game, but I could not catch up with you. She said to her, if you did as I did, you would follow me. She said to her, no, I will be myself. If you were the one with the shield, I'd be a witch attacking from afar. I will form a team with you. Attract the attacks to me and then dodge them to nullify their effect. But I want you to take care of yourself so you don't lose everything. Mabel said to her, did you take permission from your mother to play with me? Risa told her yes. They are very happy because they will join each other in the game. We see Risa and Kaede in the game, and Risa tells her that it is inappropriate to use real names. So remember to call me Sally. Kaede said to her, right, we agreed. And you allocate your points in multiple cases. She told her that's right, but I decided not to allocate any vitality points or magic and health points. Kaede tells her why. Sally tells her that if I can avoid the damage, I won't need HP or DF. And I don't know if I'm going to use magic, so low magic points are fine now. I can compensate for the attack power by using a weapon to some extent. But I want to be fast, so I made my agility relatively high, and I think more than someone who receives all the blows and does not suffer damage. But I want to hurry up and get exclusive equipment, and Sally asks Kaede and tells her, what's up with your armor? And the shield appears and Kaede tells her that he is the mirror of the Dark Knight. Sally tells her that she absorbs all your enemy's attacks, right? Which means you can't acquire skills that require you to receive attacks, right? And Kaede says yes to her, so I consulted a craftswoman named Iz if she could make me a regular shield. And Kaede remembers what this girl said to her and says if you can bring enough materials, I will be able to make one for you for 1,000,000 gold. And Kaede says to her, I want a white shield this time. This girl told her, in that case, go to the underground lake south of the city, and there are many white fish swimming in it, so we will use their crafts to make the shield. Kaede says that's what she told me. And Sally says to her, I understand, what do you think? We go to the lake under the southern ground. And Kaede says to her, does that suit you? Of course, Sally told her, but we had to buy fishing rods first. Wazali leaves Kaede and goes and calls her and tells her to wait, that you are very fast. Sally is amazed and says that is too fast for her. And we see Sally carrying Kaede on her back, and of course Kaede is very surprised at her speed and tells her that you are very fast. And Sally tells her to hold on and assign any monsters that appear. They are met by 3 monsters, but Kaede attacked and finished them off. Finally, they reached the lake and started fishing. After 2 hours, I got the 3rd. Kaede gets very upset because she only got 3, but Sally got 12. And Sally said to her, because your skills are 0, and I started playing, so by skinning these small fish that I catch, my level increases. Kaede asks her, what level are you now? And she told her 6. They had 25 and Sally says, is that enough? Kaede said to her, can we spend another hour? She told her yes, but I want to try something, so can I dive? I can swim in real life. Kaede said, is that important here? Sally said to her, yes, if you are a good swimmer in real life, good at climbing trees. And Sally jumps into the lake and finds a door and locks it, and suddenly she comes out of the lake and says to her, Kaede, welcome back, how did things go? And Sally told her, I got a lot of it. Kaede says, it's cool, can I have it all? Sally told her, I don't need her. And I found a small cave in the depths of the lake. But you can't swim and your fitness is 0 and I have to do it myself. Kaede said to her, I understand, let's come here every day. And we see that they go every day and hunt a lot, and Sally comes out of the lake and asks Kaede how long did she stay in the water? Kaede told her 40 minutes in full. So great, Sally said, and I checked the area, so I think I'm ready to go. Sally thinks that if she couldn't defeat the boss in 20 minutes, it would be bad. And Kaede says to her, what if I text you using the friend feature after 20 minutes, so that you know the time? Sally was very happy and told her that it was a good idea, I would do it. And Kaede tells her, I depend on you. Sally jumps into the lake and enters this door and sees the leader and tells him to come and get me. The monster attacks her, and Sally uses her skills to hit him with a knife all over his body. But the monster attacks her and beats her. And Sally did not give up and tries to use her skills and hit the monster and finally die. And we see Sally one very tired with the box and says it's time to check what's inside. And she opens the box, and we see Sally wearing the suit, and Kaede tells her that she is very cool, but I was very worried, I thought you lost, and you were sent to the starting point.